duck and andouille gumbo can start with a duck like this. Or it can start with a duck like this. Either way, you end up with a duck like this. Now I'm going to save the giblets for something else. It's not going to go in this recipe, but this neck is going to go in the pot. And the rest of the carcass will go in the pot after I slice off the breast and the leg quarters, which I'll fry up in the frying pan, which I have on the stove with some bacon grease. Alright, these are our duck quarters, breasts, 2 leg and thigh quarters. The little tiny pieces that you see are the tenders that come off the breast. They come off very easily on ducks. Frying it up in the bacon grease. Now, duck and chicken anatomy are not that dissimilar. So if you know how to quarter a duck, if you know how to quarter a chicken, you can figure out how to quarter a duck. It's not brain surgery. If you're not quite sure what you're doing and you've never done it before, there's plenty of good videos on YouTube done by chefs and professional cooks that can show you how to properly quarter it. Now the trick here is to brown it, cook it a little bit, because what you want to be able to do is cut the meat up and be able to put it in the gumbo. Now the other thing you're going to do, you're going to take your carcass, which has a ton of meat on the back, and down towards the bottom where the thighs disconnect, and the wings, which of course you don't take the wings off on a duck because frankly there's not a whole lot of meat on them. But you boil up the carcass. That'll give you both your stock, which is like chicken stock. You make duck stock, and it'll also give you the meat off of the carcass that you can pick off and put in the gumbo. The other important meat ingredient in this gumbo is andouille. Andouille is a type of Cajun sausage. Now as you can see, this is Smithfield andouille that I bought at the grocery store. Because I don't live in Louisiana anymore, I can't just run down to Amanda's and pick up some fresh smoked andouille. Or in Baton Rouge, you go down to Frank's. Making myself hungry. I picked the Smithfield out of the grocery store because we're here in Virginia, and Smithfield is a Virginia company. So it says it contains pork, turkey, and beef. I guess that's okay. There's about as many ways to make andouille sausage as there are people to make it. So I hope this turns out okay. Now that I've got the skin nice and brown, I added some chicken stock and the sausage. And I'm going to let that cook for a good while my carcass is busy boiling away. Whoop, steamed up my camera. Got them seasoned up. Got them on about medium-high heat, somewhere between, about halfway between medium and low. As you can see, the skin browned up good. Here to tell you, brown duck skin makes all the difference. I love the way it tastes. Duck skin is not exactly like chicken skin. Similar, but it's much fattier. And frankly, that's what gives you the great flavor. So this is going to cook for a good long while. In case I hadn't already said it, one of the most important ingredients in making a good gumbo is time. And I don't mean parsley, sage, rosemary time. I mean take your time and cook it slow. And when it's done, Man, you'll just be so happy. Okay, making the roux. Here in the heavy skillet, I have 1 cup of vegetable oil. To this 1 cup of vegetable oil, I'm going to add 1 cup of flour. Now, we're going to cook this flour in this oil until it turns dark brown. The trick to making the roux is you can't be doing anything else. So, vegetables are already chopped, meat's already cooked, and now we're going to cook the roux. I'll come back from time to time. Right now you see it's very light in color. And I'll come back from time to time as I continue to stir and show you how it gets darker and darker. Okay, the roux is darkening up. Still not quite dark enough right now. It's about as dark as peanut butter, same consistency roughly. And we're going to darken it up till it's brown. Now it's getting nice and dark. Towards the end it's going to start to smoke, so I turn the heat down, turn the fan on. It's about the color of chocolate, or like milk chocolate, or maybe ground meat. And I'm about to add the vegetables. That smells good. Okay, I'm going to cook with 2 hands now. Okay, this is what the gumbo looks like. We have taken all the meat off of the bones, cut the breast up, transferred everything over to the stock pot after pouring out all the excess stock. Keep that. We might need it. We might need to add some to the gumbo as it cooks. Probably not. And the rest of it we can freeze for next time. Now, when the gumbo is ready to serve, which will be about an hour after it's finished simmering, whip up a pot of white rice and serve it over white rice. Enjoy.